Have you ever considered what you would do if you suffered a heart attack while completely alone? It's a frightening scenario, and sadly, it happens more often than many realize. Most people assume they'll have time or that someone nearby will come to their aid, but the reality is the first few minutes are absolutely critical, and your actions, or lack thereof, can determine whether you survive or not. The encouraging news is that even if you live alone or spend much of your time by yourself, you can still survive a heart attack if you act quickly and know exactly what steps to take. In this video, we'll guide you through 7 essential actions to take the instant a heart attack starts and you find yourself alone. These steps are straightforward, practical, and can save your life. You don't need any medical training or specialized equipment. All you need is to be prepared and stay calm. We'll explain everything step by step: how to spot the earliest warning signs, what medications to take immediately, how to reduce the strain on your heart, and simple moves you can make that might give you enough time to get the help you need. Stick with us until the end because the final steps are the ones most people overlook, but they may be what actually saves your life. Don't wait until it's too late to understand what your body is signaling. Let's dive in. Step 1. Recognizing the earliest warning signs. The most crucial step to surviving a heart attack alone is understanding how it feels, not just in your chest, but throughout your entire body. Many expect an intense, crushing chest pain like you see in movies. However, real heart attacks often begin with far subtler symptoms that are easy to dismiss until it's too late. Watch for a deep, uncomfortable pressure or squeezing sensation in the center of your chest. It might feel like a heavy weight pressing down or like your chest is slowly filling with cement. This sensation can come and go, tempting you to ignore it. But if it lasts longer than a few minutes or keeps returning, don't hesitate. Other early signs include shortness of breath, even without chest pain. You might feel like you've been climbing a steep hill while sitting still. Some people experience pain in their arm, shoulder, neck, or jaw. Others break out in a cold sweat, feel lightheaded, nauseous, or dizzy. In some cases, especially among older adults or women, the discomfort might feel more like pressure in the back or stomach rather than in the chest. For example, Richard, 74, was sitting at his kitchen table when he noticed a strange tightness beneath his collarbone, almost like heartburn. Then he realized he couldn't take a full breath and his hands became sweaty. He recalled reading that not all heart attacks start with pain, so instead of ignoring it, he took action. That choice likely saved his life. The body often whispers before it shouts, and with heart attacks, those whispers may be your only chance to act before serious damage occurs. If you wait for the classic dramatic clutching of the chest, it might already be too late. So the next time something feels off, especially if you experience a combination of pressure, shortness of breath, or unusual fatigue, stop what you're doing. Don't tough it out or convince yourself it's just indigestion. Recognizing these warning signs early is your first and best chance to survive. Take them seriously, no matter how mild they seem. Your life could depend on it. Step 2, call emergency services immediately. The moment you suspect a heart attack might be starting, the very next thing to do, without delay, is call 911. Don't wait to see if symptoms disappear, don't try to drive yourself, and don't assume you're overreacting. Calling emergency services is the fastest and most effective way to get help and save your life. Heart attacks are not something you can just walk off. Every minute counts. The longer your heart muscle goes without oxygen, the worse the damage. But when you call 911, trained professionals are already en route with the tools, medicines, and skills to keep you alive, even if your heart stops on the way to the hospital. What's more, symptoms often worsen rapidly, and you may soon be unable to help yourself. Driving in this condition is one of the most dangerous decisions anyone can make. You risk losing consciousness, causing an accident, or delaying vital care. Let the experts come to you. Better Linda, 78, who felt an unusual ache in her left shoulder, followed by nausea and a cold sweat. She thought about calling her son, but remembered a nurse once told her, if you're alone and think you might be having a heart attack, call 911 first. Talk to your family later. She made the call, and when the ambulance arrived, her symptoms had worsened. But the paramedics were ready, stabilizing her immediately. That phone call saved her life. You don't need to be absolutely certain you're having a heart attack to call for help. The dispatcher won't be upset if it turns out to be something else. In fact, they'd rather send help unnecessarily than miss the chance to save your life. Keep your phone within easy reach, especially if you live alone. If symptoms hit and you can't speak clearly, use your phone's emergency call feature. Many phones have shortcuts to call for help even when locked. Learn where this is and be prepared to use it. If you're still watching this video and finding it helpful, please type 2 in the comments to show you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you do so and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Your support helps us keep making content to inform and inspire. Now, let's move on. Step 3, chew aspirin slowly and calmly. After you've called emergency services, the next most effective action you can take is simple. Chew an aspirin, not swallow, but chew it slowly, even if your hands are trembling. If you have a standard 325 milligram aspirin and you're not allergic or on blood thinners that would prevent its use, this small step can greatly improve your chances of survival. Aspirin thins your blood, helping to slow or stop the growth of a clot that may be blocking one of your coronary arteries, the very cause of the heart attack. Chewing the aspirin instead of swallowing it whole allows it to enter your bloodstream faster. Studies show this can buy critical minutes, sometimes enough to partially restore blood flow before medical help arrives. Avoid taking aspirin on an empty stomach unless absolutely necessary, but during a heart attack, the risk of clotting outweighs this concern. Also, don't use coated or delayed release aspirin. If that's all you have, chew it anyway. You want the effects to begin as quickly as possible. Take Joe, 72, for example. One morning he felt tightness spreading from his chest to his neck. He remembered a bottle of aspirin in his kitchen cabinet, chewed one tablet while sitting and waiting for paramedics. Later, his cardiologist told him that simple act likely reduced heart muscle damage. That little pill helped prevent things from worsening. If you live alone, keep aspirin easily accessible. Store some in your nightstand, kitchen drawer, or wallet. Check expiration dates regularly and tell loved ones where it's kept so they can assist if needed. This small action may seem simple, but it's backed by science and routinely used by emergency responders worldwide. Chewing aspirin at the first signs of a heart attack is not just advice, it's a proven life-saving measure. In those crucial first minutes, it could mean the difference between leaving the hospital or not making it there at all. Step 4, sit or lie down to protect your heart. After calling for help and taking aspirin, your next task is simple but vital. Stop moving. Sit or lie down in the safest, most comfortable position you can find. Now's not the time to pace around, gather belongings, or unlock doors unless absolutely necessary. Any extra physical effort strains your heart, which is already struggling to get enough oxygen. Ideally, sit with your back supported, feet flat on the floor, and arms resting loosely at your sides. This posture reduces your heart's workload while you wait for the paramedics. If you feel faint or dizzy, lie on your side with your head slightly elevated. Resist the urge to push through the discomfort. This mindset may have helped you in other situations, but now it's a risk you cannot afford. Many people feel embarrassed when they call for help and then just sit there doing nothing. But don't be mistaken. Doing nothing is actually doing something. It gives your heart time to stabilize, slows your breathing, and prevents your body from using up its already limited oxygen supply. Consider the story of Alice, 81, who suddenly felt a heavy pressure spreading across her chest. At first, she wanted to tidy up the kitchen and pull herself together. But then she remembered what her doctor once advised. If you think it's your heart, sit down. Everything else can wait. So she sank into her favorite recliner and waited for help. That calm stillness, she later realized, probably kept her symptoms from worsening into full cardiac arrest. So if you ever start to feel those warning signs, pressure, shortness of breath, dizziness, don't try to finish what you're doing. Stop immediately or move as little as possible to a safer spot. Sit or lie still, breathe slowly, and let your body focus on one task: survival. And here's a simple tip that's often overlooked. If you're sitting in a chair without armrests, don't let yourself slump. Keep your spine supported and your chest open. The more relaxed and upright you are, the less strain on your heart. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Your support helps us keep making quality content to inform and inspire you. Now, moving on to number 5, unlocking your door for emergency responders. If you still have enough strength after calling for help and settling down, one of the most helpful things you can do is unlock your front door. It might seem small, but in an emergency, every second counts. A locked door can delay treatment when time is critical. Paramedics can break in if needed, but forced entry wastes precious time, causes damage, and could startle or injure you if you're near the door. Unlocking the door beforehand lets them come straight in and begin care immediately. That simple act could save several crucial minutes your heart might not have. If you live alone, especially in an apartment or gated community, plan ahead. Is your door easy to open from inside? Is your address clearly visible? Do you have a spare key someone nearby can access? These details may seem minor until they become urgent. Think about Paul, 76, who lives in a small condo. When his symptoms started, he called 911, took an aspirin, and unlocked his door, all within 2 minutes. The paramedics said that saved them 30 seconds and stopped them from breaking in. He said later, "It wasn't something I thought of, but it might have saved my life." If walking to the door feels unsafe, don't do it. Sit down and focus on your breathing. But if you're close and steady enough, go ahead and unlock it. You might also consider installing a smart lock with remote access or a medical lockbox for your key, especially if you live alone or have limited mobility. It's a small preparation step that signals to your rescuers, you're ready. You've done your part, now it's their turn. Number 6, using your phone's speaker and medical ID features. If you're alone during a heart attack, your phone becomes more than a communication device. It's your lifeline. One of the smartest moves is switching to speakerphone. This lets you talk hands-free with emergency responders, so you can focus on breathing and staying calm instead of holding the phone to your ear. When you're in distress, even holding a phone can make breathing harder. Speakerphone reduces physical strain and lets the dispatcher hear you clearly, even if you weaken or can't speak well. They can also pick up background cues, your breathing, movements, and tone. Plus, every smartphone has a vital tool, your emergency medical ID. On iPhones, it's accessible from the lock screen. Android phones usually have a similar feature. It stores key info like your age, allergies, medications, and medical conditions. If you're unconscious when help arrives, this info can save time and guide treatment. Take Susan, 79. She passed out just before paramedics came, but because her phone had her medical ID set up, they knew immediately she was diabetic and allergic to penicillin. That prevented them from giving her harmful medication and helped them call her daughter right away. Setting this up takes less than 5 minutes, but could last a lifetime. Include your name, birth date, major conditions, medications, allergies, and emergency contacts. It's not just for tech experts, it's for anyone who might need help when they can't speak. So if you feel the first signs of a heart attack, switch to speakerphone. Stay connected and trust the calm voice on the other end. Their steady guidance can make the wait less scary. And if you lose the ability to speak, your phone might still speak for you. If you're still watching and find these tips helpful, comment number 6 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Your support means we can keep creating valuable content to help and inspire you. Now number 7, slowing your breath to steady your heart. During a heart attack, panic can easily take over. Your chest tightens, thoughts race, every second feels deafening. But you have one last tool, your breath. When used well, it can calm your nervous system just enough to help your heart stay steady. Controlled breathing won't cure the attack, but it helps prevent full shock while you wait for help. The more anxious you get, the faster your heart races. Slowing your breath gently slows your heartbeat. You don't need fancy techniques. Try this. Breathe in slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds. Hold briefly, then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat. Focus on this steady rhythm. It anchors your body and may help stop dangerous stress-triggered arrhythmias. Consider Frank, 83. When pain hit, he felt overwhelmed by fear, but he remembered a breathing exercise his doctor taught him. He focused on his breath, stayed still, and let go of panic. When paramedics arrived, his heart was unstable but hadn't stopped. "I just kept thinking, stay calm, stay alive," he said later. You can practice this anytime, when resting, anxious, or even watching TV. The more familiar it is, the more your body will return to it when it matters. Your breath won't fix your arteries, but it can buy you time. It keeps oxygen flowing and helps your heart hang on. Sometimes that's all the edge you need before help arrives. Stay still, stay alive. Final thoughts. Surviving a heart attack alone isn't luck. It's preparation, awareness, and calm action. These 7 steps might seem simple alone, but together they create a powerful chain that can save your life. Recognize symptoms, call for help, take aspirin if able, sit or lie down, make help easier to reach you, use your phone wisely, and slow your breathing. Each step buys time. Each gives control. Each says you're not powerless, even alone. Heart attacks can feel terrifyingly lonely, but these steps remind you you're never truly helpless. You have tools, knowledge, and now a plan. So think, what stood out today? Is there a step you hadn't thought about or see differently now? How can you apply this? Maybe share it with someone you care about. It might save their life too. Thank you for joining us. Please leave a comment below telling us one thing you learned and how you'll use it. Your feedback motivates us greatly. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep making great content to inform and inspire. Thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.